National Economic Council sets committees on economic affairs, crude oil theft and management to advance developmental gains. The federal government declares 12 local government areas open defecation free. Plus, more abducted persons regain freedom. These and more on today's Panorama. I am Frama Paini. Vice President Kashim Shettima has charged members of the National Economic Council (NEC) to shelve the idea of vacation in the Yuletide and carry on with issues of governance to ease the burden of Nigerians hanging on their shoulders. The 138th meeting held virtually, the Vice President said President Bola Tinubu has shown that the challenges inherited by the administration are surmountable and has offered visionary leadership and presented a coherent development plan to assist in the country's pursuit of order, abundance and stability. Apparently keen about getting results of the government's ongoing reforms, the Vice President stressed the need for the citizens to feel the positive impact of fuel subsidy removal and forex unification, noting that high inflation and cost of living are global challenges that have affected the economies of all countries. Meanwhile, following deliberations on critical economic matters and assessments of potential short-term, medium and long-term strategies for addressing pressing economic issues, NEC set up the Committees on Economic Affairs as well as Committee on Crude Oil Theft and Management. Both committees are to be headed by Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak and his Imo State counterpart, Senator Hope Uzodinma, respectively. The Economic Matters Committee is saddled with the task of preparing a clear roadmap for dealing with petroleum subsidy, including a framework for defending wage negotiations, exchange rate management and fiscal consolidation, sustainability, liquidity management and inflation, medium-term investment and growth, fiscal transparency and accountability, as well as state of emergency on food production for 2024. The second Committee on Crude Oil Theft and Management, an existing NEC committee, has been reconstituted with the Secretariat to be domiciled at the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning. The federal government has declared Monday 25, Tuesday 26 December 2023 and Monday 1st January 2024 as public holidays to mark the Christmas and New Year's Day celebration. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, on behalf of government, felicitates with Christians and all Nigerians at home and abroad on these occasions. In a statement, Tunji-Ojo urges Christians to emulate the life of Jesus Christ and imbibe his teachings of humility, service, compassion, patience, peace, and righteousness. The minister wants Nigerians to be security conscious and report any suspicious person or activities to the nearest security agencies. He admonishes all citizens to remain focused, promising that 2024 will be a better year with the renewed hope agenda of the president. And the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has warned banks and point-of-sale operators to desist from disrupting circulation of the Naira or face sanctions. Statement by the Acting Director of Corporate Communications of the bank, Sidi Ali Hakama, says that the attention of the CBN has been drawn to alleged cases of collusion between some deposit money banks and point-of-sale operators affecting the availability of cash. It further said that the CBN frowns at such inappropriate actions by certain individuals and is investigating the reported cases capable of undermining the smooth running of the economy. Meanwhile, members of the public are encouraged to use alternative payment channels as well as report any case of unauthorized activities such as capping and hoarding by banks or POS agents to the CBN branch in their locations. In barely 48 hours to Christmas, motor parks in Ibadan, Oyo capital, are bustling with people as passengers trooped in and out of the city. A visit to some of the motor parks revealed that transport fare is yet to be reviewed. Despite the cost of transportation, residents are not discouraged from traveling to celebrate with their loved ones. They are determined to enjoy the Christmas holiday declared by the federal government. And dealers of livestock are maximizing the festive season to stock the market with animal products and birds that are in high demand. The Swahili Livestock and Poultry Market in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State becomes readily available to meet the demands of buyers. Ebinimi Zitimiola is now standing by to bring us the situation report.
The festive period comes along with a whole lot of fanfare, eating and merry-go-round. It is in anticipation of the high demand of livestock that dealers against all odds, transversal states and regions have stocked the Swahili ultra-modern livestock market here in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State capital, with their produce. Alhaji Abubakar has been in this business for over a decade.
You go buy and go bush market. After they are from village market, you go carry and come hotel. The trailer where they can diesel last year. Na 600 now 110. You get the one who buy Maiduguri State. You get the one who buy Yobe State. You get the one who buy Bauchi State. You get the one who buy Jigawa State.
Embarking on these distance journeys with livestock is cost-effective and energy-sapping.
Sometimes when you see Charlie police, they are full road. Whether we see the trailer go to down and they rush something, then they. It's a full road because the step by step we take a pass. Because before we reach this side, from Sokoto, we go cross like 6 states. As another state department, then the daily, as another state department, then the high. And the Sika boys, they worry. All this one, then they don't block road. So now anything we will bring, they cost way.
These have affected the prices of a goat that sold for 20 to 40,000 naira now goes between 55 to 180,000 naira, depending on the size and breed, while ram goes from 120,000 to 300,000 naira.
I actually came to this place last year by this time to buy goats, and the price is way cheaper than what's happening now. You can see the other one I'm trying to buy, that's 50,000. But last year we bought that goat, I think 28,000.
Then let them bring down the fuel price to normal. From there, things will be better.
The poultry market is not different, as the prices of chicken have soared.
Been in this business for 12 years now, but this year the weight is very high, because this chicken now, this particular one now, last year we sold this 6,000, but now it's 8,000. This parents brother now, so last year is 10,000. Why this year is 16,000?
It's okay. I said 20 for the female, then why I said 30 for the male.
The period is December time, so everything needs to raise up. After December, everything needs to calm down. The way you see, we buy it like that. That's what we are living in Nigeria.
Despite the high cost, dealers are hopeful that as the hours go by, they'll make more sales. After all, it is the season and partakers are willing to make the best out of it. In Yenagoa, Ebinimi Zitimiola, NTA News.
And the bustling bus terminals in Utako, Abuja, where the mood is frantic and stakes are high as the festive season approaches, adherence to the 50% discount directives by President Tinubu to transport companies stands. Kama reports on level of implementation, compliance, and its benefit to travelers in the federal capital.
Here at the heart of Utako, where Nigerians' major transport companies are gearing up for the holiday rush, President Tinubu's directive for a 50% discount on fares during the Yuletide season has sent a ripple of anticipation through these terminals. But does this move truly bring relief to the commuters? I'm here to find out.
I really benefit from Peace Park Motor. We are really happy for the discount they give us this morning.
I budgeted 20K, but when I came here, they broke the news of 35,500. So I was shocked. I have to start calling my parents and everything, but I'm so happy that I paid 20K last.
Like me, that I paid 29, they refunded me 9,500, so it's not 20K I paid.
So how do you feel about that?
I feel like at least I will use the 9K to eat issue.
The transport is quite expensive. You know, the people will complain because now there's no money. So, but we move, we manage it anyhow.
At my arrival, I discovered that there's nothing as such happening around here. Yes, I'm traveling to Asaba, and in fact the fare is 30,000 now from here. So that's what I paid.
I think it's good for Nigerians that are traveling. At least the federal government do the 19 to give 50%, because for now, cost of living is very, very hard.
Have been speaking to passengers here, and the atmosphere is mixed. While some are pleased with the prospect of reduced fares, others have voiced concern about potential overcrowding and ticket availability. Let's see what the transport companies have to say about these issues.
Full tank from here to full tank is 65,000 out of that 70,000, and that full tank cannot take him to where. After Enugu 4 corner, you now add like 20 liters. So where the money will come from? And as people are going like that, nobody is coming like this. They are running empty. So how we go manage? How can we manage it?
Transport stakeholders, both those that have made name for themselves, and we that are just starting. We will come together on a single fight to know the role and how to assist.
I really thank God and appreciate the federal government, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for the effort to remember the masses, the poor and the needs that are about to visit their families in different parts of Nigeria.
As the holiday season approaches, it's evident that both commuters and transport companies are facing a critical juncture. President Tinubu's call for a 50% discount has resonated with many, but the real test lies in the execution. While some concerns have been raised, the determination of these transport providers to deliver on their promise is palpable. Kama, NTA.
All right, now we've heard from Kama from Utako Terminals. Let's now head to Borno State, where the state governor, Babagana Umar Zulum, has personally coordinated disbursement of 100 million naira to over 10,000 families in Ran, headquarters of Kalabalge local government area. The governor traveled from Maiduguri on board a helicopter to supervise the disbursement of cash to residents, most of whom lost their means of livelihood. Muhammad Gonyi reports.
The beneficiaries that include male heads of households, vulnerable women and housewives, each received 10,000 naira cash. They expressed gratitude to the state governor for the continued support to them at the trying moment. The governor explained that the cash disbursement was to support residents in Ron, a community cut up from other parts of the country by perennial flooding for about 6 months.
Their farmlands were completely destroyed by elephants. That has necessitated the government of Borno State to come and support them with cash, because they cannot survive without cash. We cannot bring food items to them. We cannot bring food and non-food items to this town because of lack of access.
While in Ron, Governor Zulum addressed troops of the 3 Battalion, expressing gratitude to the Nigerian military for their sacrifices and resilience in maintaining peace and protecting the people of Borno State. The governor directed that all soldiers at the battalion be given 50,000 naira each as Christmas and end of the year gifts. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Goni, NTA News.
This is Panorama. We will be back with more reports after this break.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Welcome back. Now, it is a season of giving, and the train of the Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme has reached some states. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim compiled story of the 100,000 naira gift to the elderly, courtesy of First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as reported from correspondents from states.
And from Katsina, Awal Halliru report that Nigeria First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has distributed 100,000 naira each to 250 elderly citizens in Katsina State under the Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme. In a message delivered by the wife of Katsina State Governor Zulaiha Dikoradda, the First Lady urged beneficiaries to make judicious use of the funds.
It becomes very important to emphasize the significance and patriotising our elderly citizens in our initiative.
While in Abakaliki, 250 vulnerable elderly citizens have received 100,000 naira each at the maiden edition of the Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme of the wife of the President, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, as Governor Francis Nwifuru complimented the First Lady's gesture by announcing 100,000 naira Yuletide gift to civil servants in the state, as reported by Caleb Obonna.
I'm overjoyed. So happy. I don't know how to express my feelings because this is the first of its kind in Abuja City. I think I can go to market now and pick some things.
The deed will remain indelible in my heart.
Similarly, from Ilori in Kwara State, Aisha Abubakar Yahya report that 250 elderly persons in Kwara also had a taste of the pudding from the Renewed Hope Initiative. Wife of Kwara State Governor Olufolake Abdurazak flagged off the distribution of 100,000 naira to each of the beneficiaries.
By reaching out to the elderly in this festive period, we not only honor their contributions, but also acknowledge the unique encounters they face.
And from Lafia, Abigail Bashi report that 250 elderly people in Nasarawa State have benefited from the Nigeria First Lady's Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme as a means to improve their well-being. Wife of Nasarawa State Governor Silifat Abdullahi Suli, while presenting 100,000 naira to the beneficiaries on behalf of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, urged them to put the funds to good use. And 250 elderly persons selected across the 33 local government area of Oyo State have benefited from the Renewed Hope Initiative of Nigeria First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who was represented by wife of Oyo State Governor, as reported by Adebola Agbaje. The story is no different in Yola, as Usman Mukhtar report that the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has supported 250 elderly persons with 100,000 naira each in Adamawa State to ensure that they spend the festive period in a happy mood. Agbaje, the train was also in Bauchi State, where Awal Abdullahi report that 250 elderly persons benefited from a free medical care and cash gift of 100,000 naira each under the Renewed Hope Initiative for Elderly Persons by Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. The initiative is to cushion the hardship faced by the elderly.
These economic empowerment programs is born out of steady past commitment to the well-being of our elderly citizens, and it marked a significant stride in our collective pursuit of a more inclusive and compassionate society.
In Abuja, Salwa Khalil, NTA News.
Right. The National Task Group on Sanitation, NTGS, has validated and declared an additional 12 local government areas as open defecation-free. NTGS, a multi-sectoral platform involving line ministries, agencies, non-governmental organizations, networks, and the media, made the declaration during its December meeting in Abuja. In a statement, the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsef, says Kano State has 7 of the 12 local government areas, Katsina State has 2, while Bayelsa, Delta, and Ogun States all have 1. The latest record brings the total number of open defecation-free local government areas in Nigeria to 117. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, and the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, have commenced the process of adopting the non-kinetic approach to address the multifaceted nature of insecurity in Nigeria. The Defense Chief paid a visit to the Minister, where he also acknowledged the critical role of information management in the fight against insecurity. Saluhu Gwanara reports.
Evolving challenges of insecurity, particularly the menace of banditry, kidnapping and insurgency, made improving security a priority of the Renewed Hope 8-point agenda. The engagement with the minister and heads of agencies under the Ministry of Information and National Orientation is a practical demonstration of the Nigerian Armed Forces' desire of adopting the soft power model as a strategy to address the root causes of insecurity.
What we are facing, the challenges of asymmetric warfare, is people-centric. Both us and the terrorists or criminals are looking for the hearts and minds of the public. So whoever wins, wins the war. And so we don't want them to have that feel. And that's why we feel it is very, very important that we come. Because for us in our operation, this is a missing link. In our lines of operation, information is one critical aspect, especially strategic information. So every Nigerian should understand that we have something at stake.
Mohammed Idris says the ministry he supervises is a one-stop shop for critical partnership in the interest of the nation.
The collaboration that you require for all of us to come so that we fight insurgency and forge unity, forge development, forge peace in this country, this is the right place to come. The concept of nationalism, nationhood, patriotism must return for us to have the desired unity.
Collaboration between the citizens and intelligence agencies is of essence to secure the country. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
And the judge of the Akwa Ibom State Judiciary, Justice Joy Nwana, who was abducted Monday night, has regained freedom. Receiving the freed judge in Government House, Uyo, the governor thanked God for her safe release while appreciating security agencies for their swift response and commitment to duty. Governor Eno assures citizens that the state under his watch will never be a safe haven for criminals, while appreciating the state-owned Ministry of Internal Security for their strategic coordination and use of local intelligence. Justice Nwana appreciated the governor for his concern and efforts at rescuing her from her abductors. And similarly, over 40 kidnapped victims along Goronyo-Gwadabawa axis of Sokoto State have been rescued in a joint security operation. The victims, comprising males, females, and children, were brought to Specialist Hospital Sokoto for medical attention. The victims, who spent over 3 weeks in captivity, lamented of being subjected to inhumane treatments. And still talking security, the Nigeria Police Oyo State Command has dismissed 2 special constabularies for soliciting bribe from a foreign national. Grace Ayonleke reports that the dismissal is coming at a time the force is undergoing reform and working hard to regain the trust of the people.
Give me something.
Special constabularies Jimon Lukman and Kazim Fatai caught on camera extorting a Dutch female tourist, Nora Lishnumeka, along the Moniya Iseyin Road of Oyo State, have been dismissed and ceased to render their services to the Nigeria police. The duo were said to defy numerous orders and directives against professional misconduct, extortion, incivility towards members of the public. The dismissal, according to the police, would serve as deterrent to erring officers who put the police in a bad light and help build the confidence of the citizenry that the police is indeed the people's friend.
We don't condone extortion. We don't condone corruption. I have reviewed the other room conducted for them an appropriate punishment meted out to them.
The police used the occasion to reiterate its commitment in ensuring safety of lives and property during the Yuletide. The Special Constabulary is a volunteer force established by law, with duties more limited in scope. Special constabularies assist with specific tasks such as crowd control, event security, and traffic control. In Ibadan, Grace Anyolike, NTA News.
And up next is Sports Update.
Minister of Sports Development John Eno has officially declared open the African Karate Federation's Junior West Region 2 International Championship for Cadet Junior and Senior at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. The championship will today have 4 African countries competing for supremacy.
We are quite honored to host this championship. This is the first of its kind here in Nigeria. And we trust that everyone that have come here to compete will compete fairly.
Meanwhile, Edo State Boxing Association is set to host a boxing championship across different weight categories on December 26 at the Indoor Sports Hall of Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium for male and female boxers in the state as they train hard for the competition.
It's a relaunch of what used to happen in Bende, where the best in each of the weight categories are brought to come and fight for the belts that are going to be available and other prizes.
My boys have graduated and they are now organizing Boxing Day here after about 37 years.
In another development, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Horse Racing is underway in Bida, Niger State, as horse riders have continued to showcase their skills while competing for trophies.
Racing is a culture with a long history, particularly here in the north. Maybe because of traditional wars that we did, we know that horse racing is the thing that traditional rulers celebrate.
And finally, the Nigerian Volleyball Federation has invited 37 players to camp in preparation for the 2024 African Games qualifiers bid for Lagos from 4 to 8 January 2024. According to the list, 19 men and 18 women are expected to report to Ahmadu Bello Stadium, Kaduna on 26 December to commence training ahead of the competition. With Sports Update, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
And that's our package for you today on Panorama. We thank you for being a part of it. I am Frama Panyi.